so we'll recap what happened last stream since it was a couple days ago. So what happened was we ran. Okay, so we got to the second act. And the second act is when the game started glitching for us. Like, NPCs would freeze. We ran into this, like, looping dialogue. And, like, we figured out how to get through it. We got to Moonrise Tower. We did this already. Like, we're in the prison. Minthara's in prison. These two gnomes, dwarves, whatever they are like torturing her. So we already did this. We killed everyone in this room, and then we like go upstairs, and the I can't remember, the orc person, Zariel or whatever, is like, oh, come up to this not ceiling, the roof or whatever, or like come upstairs. Everybody else go downstairs, and we talked to her. And we failed a roll, and we immediately like got in this crazy fight, and we died. And that's when we realized we hadn't saved in like an hour. And this game doesn't auto save enough. And I was sick all last week, so, or all this week, however you want to count it. So I like just wasn't saving. I forgot. So now we have to do all this over again. I'm gonna try to just pick the same responses we picked before, just to be like, because I still want to kill these 3 people. But I'm gonna camp after these fights before we go upstairs, because that was like the big problem, is by the time we went upstairs and got in that fight, like we were already like screwed. So it just like it was never gonna work out in our favor. I'm actually gonna okay, I'm not gonna, yeah, all right. Okay, oh my god. Okay, so this is like, this is why I'm kind of tired before we like get into it. So I've been playing, no, I can multitask. I've been playing the First Descendant with my friend while talking to another friend, like on Discord. Game's fine. I've said this before, everyone knows, it's literally Warframe.
You were distracted by your own desires. Bloodlust.
And I've still been playing like at least a game of Valorant a day just to like, or like just keep fresh. And today I started playing Warframe again because TennoCon is this weekend, and I kind of wanted to be caught up on like the story quest. And I'm like, I'm very far behind in terms of like gear and like new stuff, but the story quests tend to be fairly easy. So I think I can do all of them without having to like grind. I'm hoping. So I started playing that today. I finished one of the story quests, which I might talk about later because I have mixed feelings about it. But like all of the Baldur's Gate, First Descendant, Warframe, Valorant, all have like vastly different controls and control speeds. And so switching between all these games in one day is like really throwing me off. Like, cause today I played First Descendant in the morning, and then I played Warframe, and then I played Valorant, and now I'm playing this. Which shows that like we've been pretty free today, but it's like right now when I was trying to walk, I was pushing W to walk, which is a little sad. Okay, pretty sure we just did this, and then we immediately went to...
Awful sister. Meat that doesn't yet know it is dead.
Okay. So this should be like this was fairly easy. I'll say that.
Let's make this quick.
So I'm hoping it remains fairly easy.
Take
Kill
you.
you.
No choice but to keep going.
Just cause I would rather not have this. Yeah. Alright.
Can you feel death's cold grip?
And so my brain's like all over the place right now. Yeah, so I can talk about our grocery delivery. Like we don't even know like what the deal was, to be honest. So my nose is still a little like bubbly, but the rest of me feels fine. This morning, because I realized that one, I didn't really feel like it, and two, if I wanted to play 4 games in one day like a degenerate, I couldn't walk to the store to buy groceries. So I asked E, I was like, hey, can we just order from like Target? She was fine with it. Oh.
I won't give in.
So like at some point during the day, we like look and we order things. Like we didn't order a ton. I literally ordered stuff to like eat salad this week so I could be healthier. And like we needed coffee creamer. But like other than that, like it was really like we really like weren't ordering a ton.
I expected to be greeted as a
We ordered, I don't know, like 2 at the latest. And typically Target's like fairly slow. Like you usually won't get your stuff for like until like a few hours later or whatever, and like that's totally fine. Like we didn't need anything at that moment. And then I don't know, at like you got a message on her phone and it was like, oh, estimated delivery like around 4, and I'm like, cool. It gets to 4 and I go ask, I'm like, oh, did it get delivered? Because I'll go down and get it. We live on the top floor of our building. And she was like, oh, it's 5 to 6 now. And I'm like, okay. And then it like turns 5 and it says the person's shopping, and then it gets to like 6, and then it gets to like 6:30, and they're not saying we ordered 8 things. And the Target is a 4-minute drive from us. We just don't own a car. And I was like, you know what? It's starting to, and there was no way to contact the person. It was just like, it was weird. Like, normally delivery things, there's a way to like contact the driver, and normally if you order through Target, the person delivering your stuff is the one who texts you. They will like text you and say, hey, I'm starting, like, it should take this long. Like, we've never ordered through Target and like that not happen. This is the first time. And I was like, I kind of starting to feel like they just stole the 8 things we ordered. And it was like it wasn't worth. It got delivered eventually. It got delivered like 30 minutes ago. So like 6:45. So almost an hour late. And like, I don't care if things are late as long as there's communication to like let me know what's going on. But there just wasn't any.
Oh, darling. I wish it hadn't come to this. But the pleasure
it was,
will be
yeah, it was weird. Okay, so now we're doing this. How? So now, what do I want to do? Heal all nearby allies. I keep forgetting I have that skill. Don't want to hit us. Okay.
Oh, so much for peace.
But yeah, we got our delivery eventually. It was just really weird. Like there was no reason it should have taken. Like I will dismiss the initial like change of delivery time just because that's like that's fine. That was like the app telling us that it got delayed.
Potent magic.
Probably because like they couldn't find a driver or something, you know. That's totally fine. The the almost 2 hours it took to grab 8 things that were like all in the same section of the store and then drive 4 minutes. That's the slightly baffling part. Okay. Why? Okay, I'm gonna camp because we're about to go up to the fight that hurt us.
How much further can I go?
I almost wish
So you've
me and my friend were streaming the first Ascendant.
I don't know how much longer I can resist it.
We didn't see this before because I didn't camp between these fights. So I'll be nice.
Catherick Thorm is clearly important, but I wonder if there's more to it than that. It just doesn't stop. We are being bombarded by waves of telepathic energy. Wave after wave with hardly a breath between them. I almost dare not rest. Each wave a set of orders to the infected. The order for your transformation has been given many times already.
So last time we found that we like went into the astral realm and like met this person for real.
I'm afraid this burden is one I have to carry alone.
And I don't know. Everybody in this game still feels like an asshole. So
The Absolute knows you carry me with you now. It wants to retrieve me. I know. I'm glad you are on my side. I am the only one who can resist the Absolute.
the dice are being especially nice to her because we're both purple.
Hence its fear of me. It's desperation. Unfortunately, that also means it is dedicating more and more resources to my retrieval. The task ahead is monumental. But you've proven that you have the resolve to do what must be done.
Have I?
You've shown your loyalty to the Absolute, but to gain an audience with it, you must prove yourself to Ketheric Thorm. Now I must rest. And you must carry on. Do not let my efforts be in vain.
Alright, everybody's topped up. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna spread these potions around. Two. Who doesn't have any potions? Oh, you have 9? Why do you have 9? Split. There's so many. Jesus. Alright. So you have 3 now. You have 2.
Everything, despite everything.
You have 5.
Still alive, so that's progress.
What is this? Potion of Superior Healing. Make sure everybody has their potions in there. Alright.
Looking ahead.
Yeah, my opinion of the first Descendant hasn't changed. It's like... it's a game that will be amusing for 2 weeks, and then I won't play it for like a year. It's just like... I talked about this before, but like, you know, I don't like that people are... I don't like when people compare something to something that's like 10 years old. So the big comparison is like Warframe and Destiny, and it's like, of course Warframe's a better game. It's like, it just had its 11-year anniversary or something. It's like, it's an unfair comparison. You can't expect a brand new game to have as much stuff, but man, it's really repetitive. So the structure of the game is, the gameplay loop is, the story quest like takes you to a new area on a map. You do like 3 or 4 missions. It's the same 3 or 4 missions every single time. Maybe you'll do like one type of mission twice and you like won't do another one, but there's only 4 missions in the entire game, and there's like 8 or 9 areas on the map, so it's like, you're really like, you can really turn your brain off and be like, oh, I'm just gonna stand here. And it's always really funny to me. Most of them are like what's called defense type missions, where you're just trying to, there's like a location you're protecting, or like an object you're protecting, or an object that you're like not really protecting, but you can just stand by it. And people just run around, and I just stand there, and I'm like, you know, they walk to this, right? Like, it's they're not smart. It's like these games don't have good AI. They're literally just walking towards you. Okay, now I'm gonna save. My friend's getting really into it, which is good to see. But he also I joke on stream a lot that I have bad luck, and if you watched us playing this game, you'd be like, yeah, maybe. Like, obviously I don't actually have bad luck. Nobody has bad luck, but it sure does feel like it when he's like, oh, let's do this mission so we can get this mod, or like get this gun. We do it once. He gets 5 copies of the gun. I get 0. He's like, okay, we'll do it again. He gets 2 more copies of the gun. I get 0. We did the same mission 4 times. And I don't know how many like copies of the gun he ended up with, but I ended up with 0. Which it's RNG, like that's 100% possible. But even he was like, this is dumb. And that's kind of like my life playing those games. Like, so in the game, you have to craft the characters to like play them. So you start with one, the game basically gives you another, and then there's like a side quest to get a 3rd one that I haven't done because I'm not interested in playing the character. It took like my friend, by the time I got a single piece of a character, had already crafted like 2 or 3 other characters, which means that he was just like RNG lucky getting the pieces and like the material to craft the pieces, and I'm over here like playing the same dude who's like pretty boring to play. Man, I don't ooh, you know what I should do? I should
That's a friendly looking shadow.
Well, hello. Very, very quiet. They won't see me coming.
oh shit. Didn't know those people were standing there. Is there anybody else over here? Oh my god, there's a lot of people. Oh, here's the surreal person. Okay, hold on. This isn't what happened last time, so I'm not doing this. I was trying to kill the eye because the eye caused problems, and I was trying to like sneakily kill the eye because the eye caused problems. But it's fine. We're just gonna go for it. I still think killing the eye is probably smart because it like calls reinforcements, but I don't think I can sneakily kill it, unfortunately. Okay, so fuck, I hate, oh why? God, I hate doors in this game. They're really annoying. Man. It's Sunday. Sundays like swing so much from being like really chill, just like friends lurking, or a bunch of people join. Like there's no in between. So I think it's gonna be a chill Sunday, which is good. I'm happy with that. Okay. So
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to
I
everyone.
don't know if I remember what we got for this one.
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul.
No one talks like that. It has your best intentions at heart.
No, better yet. Show me.
Her mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. Tongues of psychic flame lap at the memory of the goblins dying by your hand.
I see you like to handle
Ugh.
underlings physically. So do I.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. So I'm just gonna roll again. 2, 3, 4.
For a while, but I get bored of people awfully quickly. Let's see if you can hold my interest.
She parts the folds of your mind again, touching your wants and hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palette. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith.
Okay. This is okay. Alright. Let's see what we get. 5. I think this is what we get last. This is what we got last time. I feel like I'm a monk. I feel like I should be more wise. Nope. Alright, we're fighting. See. Okay, I'll try to roll again, but oh, it was even worse. Yeah. See, the dice know. The dice know what we did last time.
She draws in your fury and turns it back against you in a tide of raw emotion.
You know, we actually did better than I thought we would do in this fight with like half of our strength, so I'm not saying we're gonna win, but it might not be as bad as like I think it'll be unless they just like one-shot me. It might be okay. The problem is that they all fight like in a row is like the problem. And the eyeballs. Incubating. Well, it's I take it back. It's definitely going worse than it went before somehow. Okay. Hey Zamp, how's it going? Oh my god. Did not. Okay. Ooh, nice. Very nice. I remember, I think we talked about it before. I remember when I was working like retail when I was much younger. Man. I remember working those like 7-day weeks in a row. I think one time I worked like 16 days in a row. Yeah, it can be brutal. Having this like freaking wall here is kind of annoying. Right, who's already hurt?
Into the shadows.
When I was like, how old was I? When I was like 18, I worked at a Bed Bath & Beyond with my friend. So it was okay because I worked with a friend,
This is worth the cost.
but it was still pretty It was. Oh my god, why did I do that? Freaking idiot. Damn it. I did not mean to use that. And I definitely worked like too many days in a row at that job.
Never a dull moment.
And back then it was like a weird situation where it was like they took it way too seriously. Yeah, no, this was like a yeah, everyone I worked with is cool. This was a situation where like I worked with someone I'd known since I was like 10 years old. So at first they kind of like tried to. I can't reach. I can literally walk over here. What are you talking about? When we started working there, they would have us work in like different parts of the store, and then they realized if they put us to this, like if they made us work at the same time doing the same thing, the store would be closed down like 5 minutes after the store closed. So they would always schedule us the exact same, which was like nice. Because then you like, you know, I've known him since I was 10 years old. We can like talk about stuff. Yeah, we're like, I'm like not a super social person, especially with like strangers. So and he's more social than me, so I'd be like, look, you talk to the customers, I'll do everything else. Okay. Oh, how did I miss you? Okay, this is not the greatest situation ever. Same ticks. Yeah. I can't remember if it was us that talked about it. I think it was, but my like bakery job where I was there until like 2 a.m. unless I killed myself trying to keep everything clean for 8 hours. That was fun. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Not enough action.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Everything in this game is too heavy to throw. Disappointing. Oh my god. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna die. This is like this is the real problem with like dice rolling being important in combat. Is I played this part Sunday and we were like already halfway dead and I did better than I'm doing now, so it's like it really like it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I am planning to do my last placement game in Valorant later. I played a couple games today and I did okay, so I'm more comfortable with I'm a little more comfortable with doing my placement game. I feel mostly fine. It's not really a no. Okay. That was a little weird. I don't know why I like ran away. Let's see, let's get can't. So we'll see. I'm
Sometimes the only way out.
this is definitely all in my head, but I find that if I play 3 games a day, one of them's gotta be bad. So my placement game is likely to be the bad one, but that's okay. Ooh, nice. Good luck. I hope you do well.
I must heal.
Alright, just kill me so I can start over. Stop making me fight. Okay. Oh my god, who's still alive? How are you alive? Okay. Executive decision. I'm not rolling the dice for this dialogue. I'm just gonna pick some. I'm gonna pick something. I can't fight them. It'll take too long. Wait, what? Oh, because it's. Oh my god, that's so dumb. It auto saved when I like randomly walked out of the room after everyone had died. The game definitely shouldn't auto save in the middle of a fight. That's weird. What if like Elden Ring auto saved in the middle of a fight? Yeah. And you had to keep trying from like the halfway point. That would be miserable.
Don't waste a step.
Some friends and I were talking about From Software. I really I need to play the new Armored Core game. I wish it had multiplayer, but I still want to play it. Alright.
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed.
Even you, Disciples Row?
Every excellent timing. The goblins. No.
Her mind and tons of
I see you like to handle underlings physically for a while, but I get bored of people often.
I played a couple when I was really young.
My interest.
I definitely never beat them, and I never knew what I was doing.
touching your wants and hopes.
Um,
Every emotion soaks into her mind.
and I tend to enjoy playing multiplayer games more than single player games, so that's like the only thing I wish it had, but I like giant robots, so I'll give it a try one day.
It finds no purchase.
I'm always curious what that developer is going to do next.
But why? Why would you not embrace her, worship her? I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted.
I don't even know which AC games I played before. Yeah, for sure. I know that this is like probably never gonna happen, but I would kill for them to do like a dark, like sci-fantasy, like it's more sci-fi leaning game. I think they've done, and I know like obviously Armored Core is like sci-fi, but I mean like a Dark Souls like game that's like sci-fi, sci-fantasy. Because I think they've done fantasy enough times to where it's obvious like yeah, they can do it. I'd like them to go with like a different like aesthetic.
To take
Yeah.
without asking, to feel without doubting, and to kill without consequence. In a word, freedom.
Because the only like honestly the only like dark sci-fi thing I can think of is Warhammer, and Warhammer's so campy. I think that they could pull off like a really cool like darker take on sci-fi.
By serving General Thorm.
Even though like I'm not good at those games, but they're fun.
Play along. The closer you can get to the general, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
Yeah, I played I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars, but I played the one with Star Killer. Is that his name? That one's kind of old though. I didn't play Survivor, but it looked pretty fun. It's funny, like I'm not like super into the Star Wars universe, but the games are like almost always fun. In your journal, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek. Okay, so like, are you a triple agent like I am? Have you switched sides 6 times, Orc Girl?
You feel her presence in your head again. She grips your mind, squeezing until your vision blurs with pain.
The Absolute's blessings have far greater value than any price you could name. Be wise. Obey.
Alright, we're not. Okay. We're not fighting. I'm not rolling the dice for this. I think I read an interview with Miyazaki recently saying that
Disciple Balthazar to retrieve it.
they were talking about like having more substantial co-op in a future game, which like
Go there.
that would make me so happy.
And bring
I
the
can
relic.
I can bait all my friends to kill the bosses and fight. The only reason I got as far as I did in Elden Ring was because I had the I don't remember what it's called, the like lightning strike magic, and I would just like hide and kill people with that. I don't know. I feel like that's their next step. Like Elden Ring was, okay, we're gonna make an open world game. I think their next step is like actually doing multiplayer in like a more substantial fashion. Because like they already said that they don't think they'll ever make a game bigger than Elden Ring. Man, we all want Bloodborne 2. But it's just like, I don't know. I gave up hope years ago. I have two friends that are obsessed with that game, and like clockwork, like every 6 months, they'll see an article that says Bloodborne and they'll send it in our group chat and be like, maybe it's happening. Like, it's not happening. Because of Sony. But yeah. It would be. Oh, I don't know why I rolled that dice. It would be cool.
The shadows around the mausoleum are deep and hungry. You'll need a moon lantern to survive them. Take one
If
from Balthazar's chambers.
if they announced Bloodborne 2 and said it had full co-op, yo, I'd buy 2 copies.
I believe he uses it as a chamber pot.
Balthazar's room key. Okay. Ornate door. Alright. Ketheric's man has a moon lantern. Oh, first shadow. It's my friend's favorite ever too. It came out in a weird time in my life. When did it come out? I'm gonna look really fast. March. Yeah, so it came out at like. No, is that right? When did I? Yeah, I think it came out when I lived in England, and I lived in a tiny like I don't want to call it a dorm. It was like an apartment, but it was like dorm style rooms and then like a common kitchen. It was like I had 5 roommates and like the common area was a kitchen. It came out when I lived there and I didn't bring my PlayStation and I didn't buy one in England. And then by the time I got back to America, like I don't know, the moment had passed. All my friends already beat it and were talking about how good it was. I think I played a couple hours at a friend's place when I moved back to America, but I have this problem, and it's definitely a me problem where, yeah, I have this problem where if people, not people, like if somebody tells me something's great for long enough, I like lose motivation to play it. And it's not that I don't believe them or that they're like overhyping me, but I feel like I feel like through osmosis I played the game. So that's like what kind of happened. The same thing happened with me in Breaking Bad, the TV show. Uh, that came out when I was in university or in undergrad. I went to university a lot in undergrad, and like everyone around me would talk about it, and by the time I was like, okay, I'll watch it, I knew so much about the show that I was like, I feel like I've watched it already. And yeah, it's definitely a me problem. Where the hell do you want me to go? Find Balthazar's moon lantern. I saw you bought another album, but what album? Maybe I missed that part of the conversation. Okay, so I almost thought you bought like a copy of an album you already had. So, I mean, that's fine. I haven't bought an album in so long. I kind of miss it. Why you dead, bro?
Open up.
Something over there.
Oh my god. Somewhere in here. It's in this globe.
Plenty left to see.
I spy with my little eye. Nothing of note, really.
Yeah, I used to no, kind of for K-pop, but I used to collect like my favorite rock bands albums and like all their like secret special releases and stuff. I would say the thing I have the most of in K-pop are Taeyeon albums because she's my favorite like solo singer. But I don't think I've bought the last like 2 or 3, maybe even more. Albums, like group albums. I think I just have like random ones from groups. I don't have like a significant amount from any group, unfortunately. Okay. Not what I wanted.
All right, what now?
That's crazy. Where would somebody put a lantern? I've been I've been thinking about this a lot lately, especially you missed the part. So today I've played. They're getting more expensive. They're definitely getting more expensive. Like I think when I saw the Kiss of Life album in the store here, although the store charges a little bit more for like everything, they're like a chain like comic book like pop culture store in the like northeastern area. Um I think the Kiss of Life album was like 30 or $40. I do think Korean albums tend to be worth more money because of all the like photos and the photo card and like they feel more substantial, but um, they also feel like they're getting more expensive. Losing it. Where's this stupid land? Oh.
Something good here, I hope.
Today I played the first Descendant with a friend. I played Warframe. I played Valorant, and now I'm playing this. New Newbury Comics. Newbury Comics. There's There's a few in Boston, but I know they're in other states too. It's like yeah, I just call it like a comic book pop culture store. They just have a lot of random stuff. Um, Comics, records, albums, like trading cards. But they tend to upcharge for basically everything. Like I think their like magic packs are always $1 or $2 than like a game store's price. Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of like FYE, but more comic book leaning. If I remember, at FYE, however you say it, is more of like more of a music store. At least it used to be. More of like an electronics store. But maybe that's changed. Oh my god, I'm blind as hell. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna give this to you. This might be like, this might prove my age, but I kind of miss, I mean, I say I kind of miss, but I think I only did this like once or twice in my life and then internet took over. I kind of miss being able to walk into a store like FYE or like if I lived up here, Newberry Comics, and just grabbing a random album or a random like anime or something and watching it and like, I don't know, hoping it's good. I feel like I know too much now. Okay, I guess I go. Okay. Yeah, it's I miss discovering things. I feel like you still do a little bit, like especially with music. I feel like I still discover music, but it's so hard to find good music. But everything else I feel like I only do because people tell me to, or because it's like something I was already interested in. It's never like
A welcome rest.
because I randomly found it. Okay, going this way.
Onward in her name.
I just put my leg to sleep. Yeah. That's cool. I find most I find most of the yeah, I find most music through like reaction channels. I know like reaction channels are sort of like a little cringe, but I don't know. There's something about watching something and feeling vindicated that the person like reacted at the same point in the song as you. Kind of. Why are all these people already trying to kill me? What did I do?
Breathe deep, then move.
Nice.
Blood comes easy these days. to press ahead.
Yeah. I think you just have to, like, it's like anything. If you find people you vibe with, then, like, it's not as weird to, like, watch them.
Blood comes easy these days.
Why are you making me walk around this tree? Why can't I just walk? Are you saying I'm too short to step over this? Feels messed up.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Fine. Yeah. It's you.
No escape.
One damage. The Artemis concert soon, right? Oh, he's dead. Uh... 23rd next month. Nice, that's really soon. Oh, cat. Eating my arm.
What should I do?
I hit.
Still on my feet.
What do you want? Why are you clawing my back? Bruh. Hello. Alright. Look, you're fine. Walk that far. What?
Still breathing, despite everything. You've made a grave mistake.
Nice.
Time to get going.
Did it. Use. No. You to
There is work to do.
be the one. The lead. Okay. Just going this way. Go back to sneaking everywhere. Look at my hand.
That's curious.
Perception.
There's some sort of mechanism behind these plaques.
day. What? Don't give me a riddle. Don't stand on the keyboard. What are you doing? Don't sit there. Why are your eyes so dirty? All the time. What's wrong? Where's the other cat? Oh, that's smart. Yeah, since I've only been to one K-pop concert, and I'm like almost positive they weren't selling merch. But it was like a long time ago before K-pop concerts were common in America. Um, but yeah, I'd probably, if it was me, I'd probably just buy like a shirt and maybe, I don't know, an album if I didn't have it. At like a rock concert, I usually buy like a vinyl and like maybe a shirt if there's a good design. But that's pretty hit or miss. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for you. It should be fun. I still need to listen to their full album. I watched all the like music videos and then people were here and I was like, I need headphones and like me time to listen to this.
That might be worth a look.
Literally clicking reading these black things means nothing. Where am I going? Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna keep going. Actually, I'm gonna save. I really have to remember that this is the type of game where like, God, you need to save so much. It's really annoying. Slowly. I don't know why I thought Artemis had been a group for like a year already, but I guess I was thinking of something else. Because the album came out like recently, as far as I could tell. Maybe I'm losing it. Maybe it did come out a year ago. Okay. You're continuing. Jeez. The hell? What he swinging at?
That might be worth a look.
I feel like this game's fucking with me. It's like telling me to look at random stuff. But it choose one of a match where see warning if you're wearing the matching ring. Okay. Then I'm not crazy. I guess that makes sense. I forget that sometimes K-pop groups are like kind of announced pretty far in advance. And like maybe their first like album doesn't come out for a while, but they'll release like a couple songs. That might have been what I remember. I saw you and Slav talking about your new jeans biases. I don't have one.
All these dark justiciars slain in battle.
I'm so bad at having favorite anything.
A stronghold nearby or a temple.
Ooh. Yeah. It's nice. I know that I can always go in there and I can always be like, what are they into today? Ooh, there's nobody over. What are you talking about? Am I crazy? Oh.
The huntsman and the huntress. No match for the beast.
Why are you such a high level? I jump. Keep jumping. Ah. Wait, where are you going? Alright. Fine. I'll just talk to you.
Our hero thought but of treasure ahead, did not consider the peace of the dead.
I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'm like, damn, I feel like I have too many hobbies.
A new grave they dug.
I feel like I
Fed.
just have too many. I'm doing too many things at the same time. It's so hard to keep up with everything. And it's like kind of good because then I'm kind of surprised by things, but it's kind of bad because I like miss things. Like I guarantee a song from a group I like could come out and like I just would totally miss it without you guys mentioning something. Luckily, I know that some things I'm doing right now, I won't be doing in a couple weeks, like the first Descendant and Warframe. I won't be playing those games in a couple weeks, so there's things like that, so it's okay.
My assets. I've grown quite fond of you, you know, in my way. I thought it only fair to warn you about the dangers ahead. Oh, we both know they are soon to be revealed. It would be pointless to try to bar you from entering.
What?
But I
Chopper,
can
what are you doing?
set the scene, as it were. Prepare you for your role.
It's so funny. Nova or Brown Cat is like 16 years old or almost 16 years old, and they could not be like more different than when he was young. Chopper's only like 2. Nova was such an asshole when he was younger. If you had a drink on a table, like on a counter, he would walk up to it, look at you, and knock it over. Like he 100% knew what he was doing, trying to piss you off. He doesn't do that anymore, but I stopped, like, it's like force of habit now. I never put drinks close to the edge of anything. It's always like in the middle of the table, just in case he decides to be an asshole. Oh, I rolled a 3.
I had an inkling that was one of your main motivators. Delighted to see it confirmed. You're welcome to give it your best shot, of course. It's just that, well, the man has proven to be more or less resilient to death, which is not the only obstacle you're likely to face.
Alright,
I
just
already
gonna give me
did.
the same options over and over again.
Through the dark, you go creeping and awake what is sleeping. Chances are many more more graves than yours alone will soon be fed.
Jeez. The more I play this game, the more I'm like, they give you too many too many dialogue choices too often.
Very well. There is a creature that lurks in silence and
It kind of makes the dialogue drag sometimes.
Very much of the infernal persuasion. Should it make its way out through the very doors you are about to brazenly swing open, you'll have unleashed a pestilence upon this realm. In truth, it is carnage incarnate. So if you meet the devil of which I speak, kill it. Consider no other course of action. Listen here, Pipsqueak. Do not underestimate this opponent.
I've never called someone a pipsqueak in real life. I should.
Strike first, strike true, defy the odds, for they are distinctly in its favor. That much I owe the bastard to concede.
Wait. Before you go, I have a proposal of my own.
A proposal? If you're hoping to taste my blood, little vampling, think again. It burns hotter than wyvern whiskey.
This is serious business, devil. My old... A long
Nice.
time ago, someone
How'd they almost throw a 12-5 game?
I'd rather like to know what they say.
It's something of great importance to your master. But is it a love letter, a warning, or a deed of ownership? I can give you all the gory details, and I will, once the beast that lurks below is
What's wrong with you?
vanquished and
You're lucky no one can see you being weird as hell, Cat. Oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Man, I know it's like... Yeah. I get that a lot. No util, everybody just like running off, or like, yeah. Yep. I know that like, this is how I see it in my head, and like I can be wrong. I'm fine with being wrong, but I'm like, okay, I'm responsible for 20% of this match because there's 5 people. And like, yeah, like I can pick up the slack if I need to. But it's a team game. Come on, play with the team. It's not that hard. Yeah, I played a game earlier where it was Ascent. And I was playing Killjoy. We started as defender, and I just run straight to B because I like that site's like kill setup for Killjoy more. Like people just always run into it. Like I got a 4K one round because they just like run into the mollies and they die. Like it's so funny. All 4 people that weren't me went to A, and I'm like, okay, like it's the first round, it's fine. Yeah, I was the only one on B. I'm like, it's round 1, it's fine. They'll like somebody will join me next time. They all like rushed out of sight going main and then like immediately died. Like I'm like, what the? I'm like, what are you doing? And then the next round, like, I'm not joking. I went to B again because I'm like, well, I was here before. They saw me come here. All 4 people went to B with me, and no one went A. And I was like, what are you doing? I was like, I commented. I was like, hey, we don't all need to be here. Like, someone can go A. And someone on my team went her, and I was like, all right, I'm tuning out. The only thing I calmed after that was like where I saw someone if they killed me. Otherwise, I was like, you don't deserve my breath. Like, round 2, why are you being like, we won, but it was like, I think that's like, I think I said this on the Discord before. I don't care if I lose. Like, losing is fine. My problem is like, why make it harder? Like, we won. If they had actually been playing, we would have won 10 minutes ago, right? It's like, just let me quit the game faster. I get the no util usage people all the time. And it's like, I don't get it. Or I get the people who
You haven't told.
use all their util in the first like 2 seconds, and I'm like, there's no way they're over here yet.
Why not?
You can relax.
Don't be shy.
Yeah. I mean, the worst is people who are and you know these people are trolling when they're like, can I get a heal? Can I get a res? And there's like no one on your team that can do that, and you're like,
Then we have an I look forward.
I can't understand the troll mentality. I really can't.
Often tell such wonderful stories. I think yours might be truly exquisite.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I want to. So they just kept flashing you. I want to know. Because I was, before I took a break for like a week or whatever, I was starting to practice Breach a little bit. I was starting to play him a little bit just so I had like a backup, since I mostly play Killjoy, and who was a different role. And I definitely flashed people the first, like, I don't know, 8 games I played with him, but I think I stopped doing it for the most part. It's his flash is annoying though, even though it's like, I think one of the easier ones to use. What map was the Breach game? I've mostly been playing him on Abyss. Just... yeah. It's... man. I know you play, like, Gecko sometimes. I think the reason why I like playing Sentinels is that you somehow have to calm slightly less. I feel like initiators, like, it's really annoying when, because this was happening to me when I was practicing Breach. I'd be like, okay, we'd be attacking, we'd be going to a site, and I'd be like, hey, I'll use my stun, like, peek after it goes off. Or like, oh, I'll flash, like, I'll count, peek after I'm done counting, or whatever. Like, just no one listens to you. But it's another thing if they're just like, okay, I'm flashing, and then you like, or like they don't say anything and you peek and they flash. It's like, initiators take a lot of like constant communication. My friend plays Initiator a lot, and I basically only like it when he plays it because he tells me what he's doing. Or like, I tell him like, hey, you don't need to flash, my alarm bot will, my turret will tag them. When my turret tags them, then flash, or something like that. But I do laugh every time I'm like, yeah, that's like the problem, right? It's like, you're over here and you're like, they didn't say anything, so you're like, I'm gonna peek, and then they flash the other side of the wall, and you're like, all right, thanks. You could have told me. I don't know. It's, yeah. Man, I know they can't, but I wish they could. I wish they forced comms. Like, if you didn't say something like every other round, the game just like, oh, you're AFK? Cool. I know they can't, but God, that would be so nice. I don't even remember what happened my first game today, but we won somehow. I think my second game, the one with the guy who went her, like, made a dumb noise on comms after I said, why are we all B? I think one other person said something the entire game.
It could be infinitely worse. We seem rather good at killing things. Let's just go. Standing here chatting gets us nowhere. Although I should probably get dressed first.
I've noticed that, yeah. You like Gecko, right? You seem to play him a lot. Okay, that was such long dialogue. I'm saving again. The reason why I've been doing my placement games at like 10 o'clock at night is because I noticed, at least on the servers I get, people tend to be more chill at that hour, and I tend to play better at night, which I just think is really odd. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I need to practice like Cypher and Deadlock. I definitely like I'm definitely a Sentinel player. Like, I like being calm. So yeah. It's like any time for me after like 10 or 11 p.m. I tend to enjoy the game more, but I usually play earlier in the day. And I'm a crazy person. I consider unrated warm up. I don't like warming up in deathmatch and stuff. I just play unrated to warm up. I'm definitely not good enough to fill. Like, I understand the like concepts and like what all the characters are supposed to be doing, but I don't have the skill. I have the knowledge, but no skill. I don't think I'll ever play a duelist though. I'm just not an aggressive person. Plus my aim is crazy. Okay, it's just another door. We opened a door to get to another door. So many doors. My friend was complaining. He was like, I still haven't played the new map. And I was like, what the hell? I get that map. Like, I get Abyss all the time. And he, like, since it came out, he's never played it. And he plays, not as much as me, but he plays, like, I don't know, like 5 times a week or something at least. And he has not once gotten Abyss. I get it so much. Today was the first time I like didn't get it like in a day. So I'll probably get it for my match later.
Whoever you are, leave. I shall carry out General Form's will alone.
I wish this is like my opinion. I wish they switched Abyss with Pearl in competitive. I really like Pearl. now that I've played it more, and unrated. I think it's like it's a fun one. You're right. I don't have opinions. Hi, professional heckler. I have zero opinions. I'm one of those crazy people who enjoys being wrong, so all of my opinions are wrong. Look, we made it past where I forgot to save last time. I'm waiting for the punchline. Yeah, you're like, I don't need to be right. You just need to be wrong. That's like being spitefully correct. No, this is actually like what I am. I really like. I'm so happy to be wrong. Like, I enjoy when I'm wrong. But you have to prove I'm wrong. Or prove that I'm not right. And then like I'm so happy. I love having correct information. It's great. But if I think you're wrong, oh, I'm looking up scientific research to prove you're wrong. I won't make anything up. I will prove it. I will Google the hell out of your downfall. I apologize for the crazy music if you can hear it. I don't know what's on this playlist. Ooh, I'm ready. We probably do. To be clear. Yeah. Yeah, I can barely hear it, so I don't actually know what it is. Unlimited paid time off thing. Some companies do. I've never worked for a company with unlimited vacation. Seems nice. So the way that it usually works is it's unlimited in theory. Yeah. I'm basically what it means is like you have to deserve it, or like this, like what ends up happening, and they've done like research on this, is no one takes vacation because they're afraid that they're like they're gonna get in trouble for taking too much vacation. It was kind of funny, at my last job, I was technically supposed to only get 2 weeks of paid vacation, but they like they fucked up and gave me 3 weeks every year, and I was like, well, I'm just not gonna say anything. And then my boss found out, and she was like, yeah, I don't really care, you deserve the 3 weeks. And I was like, sweet. But I have this problem where, yeah, you will one day. Honestly, like I never mind. This is me being weird. I never minded like not having paid time off, because it was like, I don't know, it's the choice I make to like, I need some time, or like I need to go on this trip or whatever. The consequence is me not getting paid. Yeah, I had quite a lot of days off at my last job. But you're gonna get real mad at me. I would like, I'm not a workaholic. Like, I'm really good at turning my work brain off when work is over. But I didn't trust my team to do their job. So I wouldn't use all my vacation, and only like 3 days rolled over to the next year. And yeah, I think I was always left with like 5 vacation days every year. Just because I was like, I don't trust anybody to like keep up with work as much as me. Because you should. Maybe you can like propose that to the company. Be like, hey, leads deserve paid time off. Work in another department. Wait, it's not where I'm supposed to be. That guy would take a day of leave and come over to Sinner. Wait, what? He would just like stay at work? What? That's actually crazy. When I was younger and used to work like retail jobs and I like took a day off or whatever, if I had to go into the store, I would like wear sunglasses, put on a hat. I would like hide. I'd be like, don't talk to me. You don't know me. That's crazy. Yo. My wife's in the bathroom. I don't like anybody enough to do that. Yeah. I'm like, you don't know me. Cause the problem is if you go to your office or your place of work on your day off, what's the first thing they do? They don't ask like, oh, how's your day off? They go, oh, did you decide to come in for work? I'm like, no, fuck you. I needed to buy a knife to cook food or something. Like,
Let's see what we have here.
I didn't come to help you. I don't like anyone enough to go hang out with them at work on my day off. Unless their job is really cool. And I don't know what your job is. You don't have to tell me. Maybe you've told me. I don't remember. But you don't have to tell me again if you don't want to. But yo, you gotta have a kick-ass job. I'll hang out with Zamp if he lets me put weird stuff in the pizza, but he won't because he'll get fired. So if you let me sabotage your job, I'll come hang out with you. But other than that, you're on your own. Yeah. Like, I have a friend whose brother works for NASA. Like, I'll go hang out there. That's cool. That reminds me when I taught English in South Korea, I'd be like, I've taught you for an hour. I'm going to show you this YouTube video. And if somebody comes in, I'd be like, look, it's educational. They're talking about science. Because I used to show them like random science videos in English. But it was really just for me. I just wanted to do something else. Oh, and check something. That's cool. I definitely don't watch horror movies, but that's cool. See, that's fine. If like the person was only going there for like that kind of thing, I think that's like legit. But I wouldn't like hang out every day or whatever.
Not that I know or care who it belongs to.
Like, fine. Okay, we can watch a horror movie. I don't even know the last horror movie I've ever watched. Oh, well, yeah, I'm not a huge movie person. I'm definitely more of, I mean, I haven't watched a like a, do they still make TV shows? But I'm more of a series person because I like long form stories. Okay. I can't think I can't think of like the last movie I really liked. Yeah, I uh I get that. That was a and that was a while ago. I definitely watched those movies. My problem with my problem with movies is that like I don't know how to like explain it. I agree that movies can feel long, but it's like they feel long with no reward. Like I don't like that there's not as much character development and stuff. I definitely watched that movie. Oh my god. You know that movie made me and East so mad? So, we both really liked the first Spider-Verse movie. Like, it's by far the best Spider-Man movie that's ever been made. There will be no questions. So, we go to watch the second one. And, spoilers, if you haven't seen it, we didn't know that there's gonna be a third one. So, I don't know, we're in this movie for a long ass time, and I look at my phone and I'm like, all right, there's probably only like 20 minutes left in this movie, and I'm like, I didn't know it was a part two. All right, well, too bad. I didn't know there was a part two, or a part three, or whatever. And so I look at my phone, I'm like, there's no fucking way they're wrapping up this movie in 20 minutes. And then it ends, and it's like, Miles Morales will return. Oh, it's like an animated Spider-Man movie about Miles Morales. Uh, the like other Spider-Man in the comics. And we were like we weren't mad, we were just confused because the movie ends being like part three or whatever, and we were like, what the hell? And then I think the next one got delayed or something. Like I think it was supposed to come out like not that long after. It's I think it's mine too. At least the first one is. I think like the whole trilogy will be my favorite once it's done. Um it's you don't watch movies, but uh I think it's because it's a very complicated movie to animate and the writer's strike. It has like a very unique animation style that I know is very hard to do.
I'll take this way.
We were shocked. I definitely recommend the movies though. They're very good. They're very well made. The writer's strike? This one was a while. No, I think it's over. I can double check. I think it's over though. I feel like it was a while though. I want to say like 6 months. It went from May 2nd to September 27th, 2023. So, like 5 months, something, 5.5 months. I remember I don't know if you guys remember the old like superhero. I think they got some of what they wanted. Um, the big thing they wanted was like credit for like streaming shows, I think, if I remember correctly. I might be remembering wrong. The thing with writer strikes is they never get 100% of what they want because it's this like double-edged sword problem. Like at some point Hollywood has to give them part of what they want, and eventually the writers have to work again because they're not making money. So it's like they kind of have to give up at some point and just take what they can get. So it's kind of like a sad situation. I've always been on the side of like writers of movies and TV shows deserve more than the AI writer script thing. Writers deserve more than like honestly hot take directors and stuff because without them the most directors wouldn't have jobs. So um I don't know if you guys remember the old like superhero show Heroes that came out in like the early 2000s. There was a writer's strike during that show too, and that writer's strike killed that show. And it was like the #1 show in the US or something. So it's usually like a pretty big deal. The first season of that show was pretty good, and then it like immediately went down. It immediately like went downhill because of the writer's strike. Yeah, Sylar eating people's brains. Yeah, he was a good villain. I'm kind of curious if that show aged well. I haven't watched it since it like played. Who played Sylar? Is that what you mean? I used. Oh, who like? Okay. Who was the best actor for villain you remember? Okay. Who? Oh man. Who portrayed a villain the best? I might have to think about that. I have a lame answer, but it's not my real answer. Yeah, Heath Ledger was good. Although hot take, I don't like those movies. I have very low opinions of the Batman movies because I grew up reading Batman comics. Oh yeah, that lady. I don't remember her name, but she was awful in like a good way. Man. She was so good. Yeah, for sure, Zamp. He was really good. Heath Ledger was good. That lady was really good. Yo, if you left that Harry Potter movie being like, oh, she wasn't that bad, you're a bad person. She was awful, man. So I'm really trying to think of like villains I like. I'm having trouble. I think the thing with Heath Ledger, and I think it gets a little bit of slack for me, is I think he was a good villain. Yeah, I can kind of get that. I think he was a good villain. I don't think, and this is like, again, this is like kind of my problem with those movies, is I think they're good movies and I think they have good characters, but they're just not what I think of when I think of Batman. Um, and I could go on a 5-hour rant about how DC needs to stop trying to make Batman grimdark. I haven't watched that movie in so long.
An open tomb. Empty. Not ominous in the slightest.
It's better. I'm like 99% today. Thanks for asking. Why aren't you sneaking? Sneak. Man, I can't. Maybe I don't think any villains are good. Like he played the character like he wanted you to empathize with the plight of like the lower class. I kind of remember that. I kind of get your point. Like he was pure chaos, but his like motivation was, or he acted like his motivation wasn't pure chaos. Joker's like, as someone who read Batman comics for like decades, God, Joker's overused. They need to like not touch him for a really long time. I'm blanking so hard. I can't think of a single thing I've watched ever. How did I fail that? God. I don't know. Yoda. Yoda's the best villain.
Best avoid that trap.
There are a lot of traps here. Here's a weird pick. I don't even know if I consider this character like my favorite or best. Made the Joker look a product of his circumstances. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I mean, I know in the movies they try to do the thing they do in the comics where, like, you never know the Joker's origin. They tried to do it a little bit, but they didn't do it as well, obviously. They don't have the time. I don't know if either of you have seen the show Dark. It's a German show. Yeah, I didn't watch that movie. I didn't watch the Joker movie because I was like, can't make a movie where Joker's the main character that like goes against everything the character stands for. There's a German show called Dark, and the villain's name is Adam, and you don't learn anything about him for so long. Sourcey. Yeah, that's how I remember it, Zamp. They try to like make it unclear. It's like a time travel show, and you just hear about the character. You like hear what he wants, and they do a good job of making him very foreboding. And then when you find out like what his actual deal is and like why he's doing everything, you're like, oh damn, okay, no, I kind of get it. It's definitely one of my like recent favorite shows. It is kind of like heady though, and the last season's like not as good as the first two, but he's pretty up there for me. But I wouldn't say he's like one of the greats. He's just the only person I can think of. Okay, actual hot take. Okay. I'm gonna say something that I don't know if I actually believe. I actually think Thanos was a good villain in the Marvel movies. Kind of. I feel like in a really twisted way, his like motivation makes sense. I actually don't remember how that show ends. That show got so convoluted. Everybody was like switching powers. It was the writer's strike. They went real crazy though. I really don't remember how that show ended. That was like the same era as Lost. Yeah. I have the opinion with the Marvel movies that they should have made Endgame and then just stopped. And just been like, we'll do something completely new in a couple years or whatever, instead of continuing the story. Because they did something special, whether you like all of it or not. It was a pretty big deal. But yeah, they needed to like slow down. Or I think I've only liked one thing since that like era. But yeah, it's too much. They kind of went too hard on trying to make it just like the comics, because anyone who's read comics will tell you that like there's a lot more misses than hits. Yep, that's the same as me. That's the only movie I like too. Alright, I've got like less than an hour until I take a break and then lose Valorant. Oh my god, how did I fail? You can like breathe fire. Oh, okay, it's fine. The last show I watched that was like really good was probably Arcane. I can't think of another show. I feel like they don't make TV shows anymore. It's okay. Superhero smash movies. Sephiroth is a good villain. Ooh, I wasn't thinking video games. That's true. This like conversation is where who portrayed the villain best. I mean that doesn't help me. This is like, because I think that naturally falls into like, if you're trying to think of who portrayed the best villain, I feel like that naturally falls into like who your favorite villains are, even if you're talking about the like real people. This is where like me having a problem with favorites comes in, because like fuck, I can't think of anybody. Everybody is mediocre to me. Oh, okay. Just because I can't think of any real people, you know who's a really good villain in general though? And I think professional hecklers read these books, maybe not. There's a character in the Stormlight Archive novels called Taravangian. Dude, that guy can get fucked. He's like this old ass dude who is super feeble. Yeah, the Heath Ledger thing made sense, and the one that professional heckler said made sense. I couldn't think of anybody. Yeah, Taravangian's like this old grandpa who is senile and feeble, but he'll have moments of like hyper intelligence, and he's just like fucking with everyone all the time. And nobody knows, but you're reading it, so you know, and you're like, this motherfucker can get wrecked. Those books are long as hell, though. I just keep thinking of bad villains and bad actors.
Ketheric Thorn leading a dark Justicia army. A fully embraced shell.
I'm gonna ask in a group chat. Let's see if someone can remind me of things I enjoy. Ooh, that's a good question. So Final Fantasy VII came out in 1997, I think. Yeah. I know the general story of like Berserk and Griffith. Griffith is also a monster. I've read a tiny bit of Berserk and I'm like, wow, you're a giant asshole. I definitely think Final Fantasy VII came out when they already knew that big swords and long hair pretty boys would have fans. I think he was kind of designed as like the archetypical pretty boy villain character. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna say what the scene is, but you know, there's a scene in, I don't know why I read this scene in Berserk. I read the first like little bit of Berserk, and there's a scene involving Griffith and another character that's like, God, it's awful to read. It made me very uncomfortable. Push the button.
I'll have to try this later. Ketheric Thorn leading a dark Justicia army. A fully embraced shell.
Yeah.
Let's try this way. Looks like a trap.
See, for me, Cloud's the more interesting character but also, no, I don't want to talk to you. No, I don't want to talk.
Everything before that is so long ago, it's ancient history. And everything that
We have so
came
many
after,
options,
well,
Jesus. But it's a Japanese RPG, and they're like way too subtle with what Cloud's deal is. I'm of the opinion that they should have made Cloud's deal way obvious. Yeah. Final Fantasy VII is crazy. God. I haven't played the remakes. So I don't know how good they are.
Ketheric Thorm, bowed by grief for his daughter.
Okay, sure. Somebody's daughter. Yeah. That's cool. It's cool that they can like do stuff like that.
That bright tower. It's Moonrise. Or it used to be.
Yeah, I'll probably play them one day. There's gonna be another remake, right? There's no way that they finished the story in 2 games. Dark. They're making the last one, like, ever? I can't keep up with video games. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The last Final Fantasy VII. Okay, I thought you meant the last Final Fantasy game ever, and I was like, damn. I was like, whoa. It's yeah. Which is your favorite Final Fantasy?
I'll take that.
I liked Cloud. I had no opinion on Aerith. I'm definitely a Tifa person. Rui. Okay. That's you hate her because she took your equipment. Yeah, that's real. That's a good reason. My favorite game is 10. I like the vibe of that game, even though it's like really depressing. And 14. I know 14 like doesn't really count, but 14 actually has like a pretty good story once it gets going. All right. What the hell am I looking for? I mean, Twitch has auto mod. It's not me. It auto mods weird things. Like it auto mods LMAO, it auto mods like poop. I don't know, it auto mods weird things. I don't think they need to, but I would be happy if they remade 10. And 14's an MMO, so if you play that, you're like committing. No more Valorant for like 6 months. Because he had everybody had the weird arms. 10 was the one with Titus and Yuna, the one that was like beach areas, and you played blitzball, and you had the water sword. Yeah, the football generation. Hi, Alex Gamer. How are you doing? We're playing Baldur's Gate, but talking about Final Fantasy. It's very confusing. Welcome, welcome. Let's go look at this skeleton. I'm definitely lost. Yeah, 7 and so it's like I find that it's like 7, 10, or 9. People who like 9 really like 9. Otherwise, you're usually 7 or 10, or you're really old and you say 6. What would you get? 9 is the one with the boy with the monkey tail, and VV, the like black mage. I've never played it. With like the dual swords. Okay. This is driving me crazy. I played 8, and yeah, I wasn't a big fan of 8. Cloud versus Sephiroth in your back, that'd be pretty sweet. I want tattoos, but I don't like anything enough to get a tattoo.
Should mind my step.
I'm blind. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. I want to know what your tattoos are. I have 0. If I was gonna get tattoos from things I liked, one would be a Gundam tattoo. It was very Guardian summoning related. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't like 8 because it was too high school anime for me. Oh, fucking hell. Berserk, Bloodborne, Michael Myers. That's cool. Yeah, I just like... I've liked things my whole life, but I don't know. It's hard for me to like pick one. You couldn't skip them? There should always be a skip summon button. Alright, I'm okay. Where am I? I'm gonna look up what the hell I'm supposed to do. I've been walking in circles for like an hour. That's bad. If they remade 8, they'd have to add skip and skip cutscene. Or mausoleum. Some Final Fantasy VII summons are cool. Ooh, the Berserk tattoo sounds cool. Where is it? Is it on your arm? Honestly, I'd put a tattoo on my left butt cheek. Left leg. I've never thought about getting lower body tattoos except for my left butt cheek. You know what? You say that like haha, professional heckler, but this actually came up in my real life. Or no, we talked about this last time. When does your butt end and your leg begin? And when does your hip end and your butt begin? When you were talking about how high I wear my pants. Okay. Your leg includes your butt cheek. That's so complicated because it's like you can exercise your gluteus maximus without exercising your legs, kind of. Although I tend to agree. Okay. I don't think I can. This one's brief, moonrise. Alright, deal with it. Push the button. Although I think I have to just start over.
Can't use this right now.
I think I'm gonna have to just reload. Get out of the way. Let me push the button.
No use.
Time.
Not right now, at least. No use. Not right now.
Alright. Unfortunately. I think she's talked about getting a tattoo like once. Like a drawing of Nova or something. I don't know. You know, people get like cute like cat tattoos of their cats. I don't know. I've always kind of wanted. I gotta make sure I'm. No, what you do is you get both. You get a tramp stamp that snakes down to your left butt cheek, and okay, I'm gonna like draw the motion, okay? It like goes down and around, and it snakes into your butt crack. Like it goes around your butt cheek into your butt crack, and that's what you do. Just get the snake. There's a symbol in Gundam. I don't know. I can't type. I don't know what it's called though. The white unicorn symbol. It's like the main character in the original Gundam's symbol after he grows up. The symbol's just like a unicorn with like that looks like the letter A. It's like not that interesting, but I've watched that show since I was like a little kid, so yeah. No, she would make me get a butt tattoo if I'm being honest. She would just want to mess with me. But this is what would happen. We would go to get me a butt tattoo. I would tell the tattoo artist what I wanted, and then when I laid down, my wife would show him a different picture. So like, there's no such thing as a cool butt tattoo, but I would pick something that's like funny to me, and I would stand up with something that's funny to her, is what would happen. She likes to mess with me. In like a funny, cute way. Not in a mean way.
Sigils.
No, I think it would just be like a joke she would bring up to people that visited us. If that makes sense. It's fine. I can say this. I have this weird thing, and like, I'm okay with it. I'm very teasable. Yeah, it would just be a funny story.
Whoever you are.
I think there would be videos. She wouldn't put them online. Yeah, I'm very teasable, so she would just use it for teasing ammo for the rest of my life. I don't think I need to give her that kind of ammo.
Something tells me this wasn't plundered by grave robbers.
I need to stop thinking. You're right.
Sure of it. Lady Shah's presence is near. Looks like a trap.
Look, I don't remember what I say on stream. That's the secret to streaming. You just don't remember. Every time I end the stream, I forget what just happened for the last 4 hours.
Best avoid that trap.
Push
No
the
use.
button.
Not right now, at least.
What do you mean? Push,
No use. Not right now, at least.
push the button. Bro, I still hate that guy. I stand by my logic. If I resurrect you, you're gonna tell me what the fuck is going on. Yeah. Oh, if you ask me a question, I'll answer. I don't care. Except for that one. I won't answer that question.
Maybe not the right time.
Okay, it's glowing. We're gonna go for it. See, this is like, you can go tell people in you can go tell people in the Discord we're in together, Zamp, that it was the one question I wouldn't answer. I plead the fifth. That's not what pleading the fifth means, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. People don't actually measure, do they? There's no way. Here, I'll say this. I'm married, so it's long and girthy enough. I think that's enough of an answer.
Trap.
Yeah,
Maybe not the right time.
we haven't.
Looks like a trap.
Nothing. Must have been disarmed.
Clip it. Don't clip it. This is as bad as Professional might know this, but Zamp, you don't know this. My first stream, somebody caught me telling people to eat chicken nuggets from the trash can. Sure. Like, if my friends talked about it, we'd be like... we would have no problem saying. I don't know, it just never came up. We were talking about like the best chicken nuggets that you could buy from like a market or grocery store. And I don't know why trash cans came up, but they came up and I said, I would rather you eat good chicken nuggets from a trash can than bad chicken nuggets. It's fine. Also, don't clip the girthy. Oh, I should just get girth tattooed on my left butt cheek. I don't know. Everything's contaminated. No, that's true. I mean, don't really do it. It was a joke. Dude, were you there? This hit me the other day, and I'm never gonna say anything to her, but were you in Anita's stream when people were talking about guys peeing and how the question was like, oh, do you like grab a little piece of toilet paper and like wipe your penis after you're done peeing? And this was like a very controversial topic in that stream. And I was like, yeah, I do. But it's because I don't use public bathrooms. Yeah. I had to use a public bathroom recently. And it hit me that there's nothing to do that like by urinals. And I remembered that conversation and I was like, oh wait, no, we're all bad. But I just avoid public bathrooms so much that I just like forgot that's a thing. And like, cause at home you're like in your bathroom, there's toilet paper, you can like wipe and stuff. You can clean up. And I feel like the girls in the chat like they don't know that. Why would they know that? And it's like if you tell them that, then all of a sudden it gets so bad. Cause it is kind of disgusting. Yeah. Yo, American public bathrooms are awful. I miss Japanese bathrooms. They're generally clean. Yeah. I'm waiting for the I think you're in Singapore? Sorry if I forgot. I'm waiting for the American opinion. Just so you know, you can have bad American opinions. I'm not like that American. So, this is why I always move to other countries. Yeah, we're the bad guys even though it's like forced upon us, basically. Just like don't use public bathrooms. That's like the only solution. Oh my god. He started yelling at a cat. It scared the hell out of me. Oh my god. I'm sorry. It's really not me. It just thinks everything is bad. Type it with baby words. I don't know. Put spaces between every letter. I'll still be able to read it. Yes. That is accurate. It's it's if you're in a public bathroom, you have to wiggle it to get the remainder out. I'm gonna laugh if anybody watches this VOD and skips to this part and we're just talking about pee. Do I need to camp?
I'm ready.
Careful, I might.
No, I think we're okay.
Cursed to put my hands on
What
everything.
time is it? Should I even be doing this? Yeah, it's fine. I ain't got a flesh hoodie. Yeah, that makes sense. This is a mature rated stream now. No, if you're cut, you have to wiggle it if you're in a public bathroom, because there's no way to clean it. This game forces you to be mature rated, which I think is kind of funny. Yeah, it's America. It would still be considered mature rated probably because we're weird.
Best be on my way. The gauntlet of Shah.
I'm kind of glad no one mentioned the public bathroom thing on that stream, because that would have been fucking chaos. Yeah. All the guys would have gotten banned. Game. Yeah, no worries. Have a good break. Like, breathing out of one nostril. Wait, what is this?
Shah, singer of eternal night, protector of the lost and forgotten.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's kind of what you said. Systems are designed, I mean, like, it's like 50-50, right? I do think men in general are less hygienic, although, like, I think most people I know who are men try to be, like, extra hygienic because of this. But it's like systems are not designed equal in terms of hygiene. Like, if a girl walked into a men's restroom, they would be appalled. Like, there's no way to be hygienic in there. You know, if I ever get lucky enough to get like channel point stuff, real talk, the only thing I'm gonna have be channel points is people telling me to drink water, because I do not drink enough water while I'm sitting here.
Give your life to the shadows.
Feel like I'm slowly withering away. Oh, they're so bad. Like, I don't drink, and I never really have. But you know, I was a college kid at one point. I wasn't always old. So like, I would go to bars with my friends and stuff, and like, you know, I'm drinking water or something. Like, I need to go to the bathroom. It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh my god, like club bathrooms. I haven't been in a club bathroom since I was like freaking 24. Like, in a decade. I don't want to go back. Okay. I've only been clubbing like 3 times in my life. I had a friend. It's one of the friends I was talking about with you the other day that I'm not friends with anymore. He would go clubbing, so I went like, I don't know, a couple times with him. And then when I moved to England, maybe like the first week I lived in England, I stayed in hostels for 3 weeks when I moved to England to like explore and just like have the vacation before I had real life. Uh, there was this instrumental like post post-metal band that was playing, and I went and saw them, and one of their opening bands was like okay, and I went and talked to their vocalist and we hit it off, and then they invited me to a club. So like in my first week in England, I went to a crazy club and the floor was so sticky. I was like, I don't want to know. And then I never went back to a club, but I hung out with them sometimes. So that was cool. It was like you know, an interesting group of people to be friends with while I lived there, but I can't do clubs. It's like the worst possible place for me. I don't do well in crowds. I don't do well with super loud noises, and I'm epileptic. So it's like, it's literally just trying to kill me the whole time. So it's fun. And my old friend used to go to like he had a I don't know. This is one of the reasons why I stopped being friends with him. He says he had a bisexual phase, and I'm like, you can be bisexual. It's okay. So he would go to like gay clubs and stuff, and we would go to like be supportive and everything. But then he got weird, so. But the club in London, that was too much. I remember, so it's like my first week in England, right? Yeah. Almost everyone I'm friends with is the same. Like, we don't, like, none of us like being in large crowds or loud noises. Yeah, we used to go to anime conventions, but we're bad at anime conventions, though. We'd go, and we'd spend 75% of our time just playing Magic, like, in a quiet place. Yeah. Same. I'm weird. I call myself an enlightened introvert. I can be social if I need to be, but if I don't need to be, I, like, will hide in a corner. Yeah, I know. I kind of wanted to go to Anime Boston this year, but money. Yeah, because we're all older, and like, I always live not near people I, like, have been friends with my whole life. But we used anime conventions as like a reason to meet up.
Is that Shah herself
Yeah.
who speaks?
Yeah, that's why I call it enlightened introvert, because I'm like, I can do it if I make myself. Oh, you might have the same like weird problem as me. Like, we're talking on stream right now, so it's a little easier, because to me you're just like a figment of my imagination, basically, so it's easier for me to talk. Like, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to nothing at the same time. I have this weird thing. If I meet someone in person, I need like 10 minutes of sounding like an idiot before I sound like a human being. If like we meet, if you give me 10 minutes, I'm an okay person. Before that 10 minutes and up, I'm just like, I'm not there. Which it makes it hard to meet people, because I don't think most people don't give the 10 minutes. Yeah. I've always been pretty good at having conversations. It just takes me, I don't know, like, I have to I have to warm up. Sometimes it takes longer depending on the person, too. Like, sometimes I need 30 minutes of, like, hey, I'm going to be so uninteresting for the next 30 minutes, and then suddenly you're going to be like, oh, this person's alright. And it'll be like it happened for no reason. I'm kind of lucky. Yeah. I'm a little lucky that I've always been able to talk about basically anything and like be pretty comfortable. Which as I got older I realized was like something not everyone could do. But yeah, I really need those 10 minutes to warm up my, holy shit, why? To warm up my soul.
What the hells was that?
The Dark Lady's path lies in darkness.
Oh shit.
Perhaps that is how I can proceed.
Wait, let me click on it. I was like in university it was always bad because you didn't really have like opportunities to like talk to people that much. So it would take a really long time for people to be like, oh, this kid's alright.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Jesus.
What the hells was that?
Wow, that was lucky. No, huh?
What the hells was that?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also in the weird situation where the people that I'm friends with I've known since I was like 7 to 10 years old. So I'm really good at talking to them and I'm really bad at talking to everyone else. What the hell am I supposed to do? Okay. There's... If I might be better now, but when I was like high school, like undergrad, if I went to a party with someone, that's like I would hide in a corner. I would just like find a corner and be like, I'm gonna sit on the floor here because I don't know what to do. Alright. Like 5 minutes and then do the usual. I'll take like a 5-minute break and then I'll get my ass kicked in Valorant.
Looks like a trap there.
Okay. Okay.
Trap.
What? Okay. So now this is glowing. Now it's not glowing. The hell? Oh, it's because I turned the light off. God. Oh, is that? Okay. That must actually be what I'm saying. There must be like a pattern. Damn. Welcome back.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, for sure, Zamp. Once I'm playing ranked, once I'm in the rank, I'll definitely want to play with you more. I don't want to like make people play unrated. I watched some. Yeah, me and Zamp are we both watch the same Valorant streamer because it has good vibes. I don't watch the female streamers that are more sexual. Nah, this one has good vibes. It's basically the same vibes as this with less penis talk. Alright, the fuck do you want me to do, game? This game is ruining the vibes.
Well, that left me winded.
I feel like this is like a lantern thing. Like I'm supposed to turn off the lanterns in a certain order or something. Yeah, those are weird vibes. Though the streamer we watch, everyone's like really wholesome and nice. So I think it was lucky that that's like who I watch. I've seen some really, I mean, in general, like I've seen some really bad streams. That's fair. Yeah, I watch some Valorant streamers and some Magic streamers. Yeah. You can't win. Okay. These. Yeah. That's what I think, Sam. It's like you know right away like the tone it's gonna be depending on the streamer. Oh, I can get this maybe? Okay. Again, someone's gonna die. I can see that. I think male streams are kind of the same way. Like, male streamers are either like super overhyped. Yeah. It's rare, but you can find the middle ground. Like, for me, I don't enjoy male streamers that are like really loud and angry, but I know people who do. Yeah. I grew up with friends who got angry at video games all the time, and I just didn't understand it. And like you can be angry at the game you're playing, like that's totally fine. But they would be so mad. And I'd be like, it's just 'cause you're bad, right? Like it's you. It's not the game. And then they'd get mad at me. So that's probably that's my fault, but what time is it? All right. I'm going to save. I might have to look up what I'm supposed to do here. There's some like puzzle that I'm not paying enough attention to figure out. Okay. Thank you both for joining. I'm not leaving. Mad 'cause bad, yeah. I'm gonna take a 5-minute break and go to the restroom and wipe my pee pee and come back and lose at Valorant. Um, if you can't stick around, thank you for being here and chatting with some good wholesome conversations. But I'll be right back. Hope everyone has a great evening, day, morning, night, time. Hope you're having a good life. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.